Hi there, Miranda Alt here with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team with your Monday market update for Monday, January 2nd, 2023. Welcome to 2023. Hope you had a great New Year's and a great holiday season. I was off last week, so we're going to take a quick look at your McHenry County statistics from the last 7 days. So just since last week, which was also an observed holiday. So we've had 2 holidays in this 7-day period, so our numbers are really low. So just keep that in mind. We had 32 new listings in McHenry County last week. That is real low. We still had 49 go under contract though, so we are not making any headway in that inventory department. We had 89 closed sales, which is actually higher than I thought it was going to be. 17 on the private network. 10 expireds, which is actually low. I thought we were going to have more expireds because a lot of properties expire at the end of the year, and we only had 10, so I was kind of surprised on that. We only had 8 price changes, so that's pretty low. This week last year, we had 57 new listings, and in my video from this week last year, I was commenting about how low that number was at 57, and now this year we're at 32, which is almost half. Not quite, but pretty close. We had 73 under contract this week last year. This year, 49. Not surprising given what interest rates are doing. We had 117 closed sales this week last year. Not a ton more than what we had this year, which was 89. And we had 19 on the private network, which is almost the same. So what's happening in the real estate market? Well, one thing I will have to tell you is that if you are listening to the national news or you are looking at the headlines across the country, you need to ignore all of those headlines. Some of those headlines in the last couple of days were U.S. suffering from the second biggest home price correction of the post World War II era. That was from Fox News. That is grossly overgeneralizing what is happening in the real estate market. Do not listen to that. Yes, we are seeing a home price correction in a lot of the areas, but you have to remember that real estate is hyper local. That is not the case that we're seeing here in the Midwest. When the news outlets are saying those big, alarming taglines and titles and headlines, you have to remember that's to make you read. And if you actually read the article, what you'll find is that the markets that are seeing double-digit price corrections are those that also saw 100% price increases over the years. So over the last 2 years, there were some areas like California, Florida, Arizona, where those prices doubled. They doubled in like 2 years. So they're seeing the largest price correction in the post-World War II era. Yeah, they are. They are. But that's okay, because those prices were crazy. They were 2 times what they should be. So those places are seeing a huge price correction. In the Midwest, especially in McHenry County, we did not see those prices go astronomical. They didn't double here. They went up 20% from 2020, which they should, because we were still not recovered from the housing crash of 2008. So our prices went up very rapidly, but they're also not coming down very rapidly. We are still up. Our prices here in McHenry County, and this in northern Illinois as in general, are still up 20% from March of 2020. We're still up. We're still up 10% year to date. So from 2022, January of 2022, our prices are still up in 2023. Well, it's only the second day of 2023, so we don't really know what 2023 is going to be. But there are some predictions out there. Another headline that I saw that I thought was just horribly, grossly generalizing and just not really very accurate. Foreclosures expected to double. That's true. Do you want to know why? Because last year there was a foreclosure moratorium. We couldn't have foreclosures last year. So yeah, they'll probably double. Heck, they'll probably go up 100%. You know why? Because they were none last year. So you have to keep in mind when you're reading these headlines, perspective, okay? Just keep it in perspective what those numbers actually mean. We actually have foreclosures are actually historically low, according to Lawrence Yun of the National Association of Realtors. And they will likely remain historically low. Now, they will be more than they were last year, for sure, because we had none last year. And there will be some. There are some people who maybe refinanced last year and took out some of their equity that they had in their home, and now they're going to be upside down. There's not very many people that are going to be upside down in their loans, though, because most homeowners have more equity in their home right now than they've ever had before. And that is a factor that cannot be denied and cannot be ignored in our 2023 predictions. People have a ton of equity. When I had my open house 2-3 weeks ago, that home is now under contract, by the way. When I had that open house, the people who were coming through were going, we'd really like a bigger house. And yeah, we know interest rates are higher than they were last year, but we've got so much equity in our house. Gosh, we've made like $100,000 on our house in the last couple of years. We're really thinking it's a really good time to take advantage of that. And that is the thing that a lot of homeowners and buyers are keeping in mind. So a couple other things. Current rates are just below 7%. We are likely past that peak. So in September, they were at about 7.25 in October, beginning of October. And then they started to come down gradually, they were coming down. Now they are starting to go back up again. We just had some legislature that passed that President Biden signed into law, and that's having some negative effects on our bonds market. Just the anticipation of we were doing really well with fighting inflation. And now some legislation that was passed is going to cost money. It's going to cost money to do. And so the bonds are responding to that pretty negatively. So we're seeing that. I just heard that on mortgage-backed securities highway on Friday. So that's something to keep in mind. But mortgage rates are expected to come down in the new year, in 2023. They appear to be stabilizing right now. The inflation appears to be decelerating. Mortgage Bankers Association predicts that rates will be 5.4% by the end of 2023. And Barry Habib with Mortgage-Backed Securities Highway predicted that they would be below 5% by May or June. So even if they're in that 5% range, with the inventory that we have, we're not going to have enough. And that means prices will go up. Now, I don't think it's going to be as crazy as it was last spring. And again, this is just my speculation. I have no idea. But based on what I'm seeing when I'm out with buyers and sellers, I know that number one, people have a lot of equity in their home. Number two, the interest rates are hindering a smidge, but they're not totally deterring people. Number three, we still have a very big inventory problem. We do not have enough homes for the buyers that are out there looking. And number four, there are things that are going to continue to happen, as they always do. The things that create a sense of urgency to move are job transfers. Always, if somebody gets a new job in a different state, guess what? They're moving. They're selling their house and they're buying a new one. The other thing is that we call the 3 Ds: death, diapers, and divorce. Those are always going to be things that influence people making a decision to move, and those things are going to continue to happen. So we will continue to have real estate transactions throughout 2023 due to those things. Another thing to keep in the back of your mind is that sales will definitely be slower this year. Yep, we're going to sell less homes in 2023 than we did in 2022, which was less than 2021. But that was coming off of a post-pandemic housing era spike that we had never seen before. So yeah, they're going to come down again. And this is an incredibly difficult market to navigate. You have to make sure that you are partnered with a skilled, knowledgeable real estate agent who knows what they're doing and that they can help you get through this market and get the most amount of money out of your house, help you successfully navigate and price your home, because pricing is going to be incredibly important in this market. Your house will sell if you're a seller and you're thinking about selling your home this year. Then you have to remember that you will get the price that you want. Your house will sell for a very good price, but you have to price it effectively the first time. You cannot go to market priced way too high, because your house will sit on the market and then people will wonder what's wrong with it, and then they're going to offer you a lowball offer and it's going to cost you money. You cannot do that. You need to have an agent who knows what they're doing and knows how to price your home and is really, really knowledgeable about what's going on in your hyper-local market. Prices will hold steady because we still have low inventory. They're going to hold. You're going to get good. You're going to get a good amount for your house if you are thinking about selling this year. So that's what we're predicting for 2023 based on what I'm reading and based on what I'm seeing out on the streets and based on what I'm hearing from other experts who know a heck of a lot more than I do. So I'm Miranda Alt with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great first week of 2023. Best wishes, happy holidays, all the things. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.